Every year, millions of children face the trauma of painful injections, but the real problem lies deeper. About 20% of the world population lack access to the life-saving injections because traditional liquid doses expire without expensive cold chain refrigeration. We are fighting a system that is stuck in the past.
So, introducing the solution, VacPack. VacPack is a transdermal vaccination technology. We have replaced fragile glass needles with skin patches and a matrix of soluble microneedles. Vaccine microneedle patches deliver the antigen directly into the skin rather than a muscle. They contain an array of microneedles approximately 500 micrometers long, which painlessly penetrate the stratum corneum. The microneedles are made of biodegradable polymers like sugars that can dissolve in the skin. The antigen enters the epidermis and dermis, where it's captured by dendritic cells. This triggers the activation of T and B lymphocytes, the production of antibodies, and the formation of immune memory. Also, it has effect of dose sparing. Due to the high immune activity of the skin, this method can provide a strong immune response with even a lower dose of antigen than the classic injection method.
So, to observe and obtain more information about our final product, we decided to look at it from all sides. So we spent weeks in the lab perfecting our mold casting process. We used the food coloring as a vaccine process and attempt to create the model of these microneedle patches. However, we struggled with some limitations as it was really hard to find the proper lab equipment and materials. This didn't allow us to continue our experiment and finish it by getting the real model of the patch. However, we still initiated this process and got to some point. That's why we understood that our microneedles patches are real and they can be done in reality. By the way, the dissolving process is really interesting and important because we also got it and we were able to see how these microneedles will go through the skin.
One of the main advantages of this business is the economic benefit and cost reduction compared to the traditional method of vaccination by injection. When transporting conventional vaccines that are administered by injection, the cold chain is of paramount importance. Enormous amounts of money are spent to maintain a low temperature, about 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. VacPack technology eliminates the need for this cold chain as we convert the vaccine from a liquid to a solid form. According to GAVI 2025, logistic and storage costs account for 80% of the cost of vaccination program. VacPack transdermal technology solves this problem. In addition, the cost of medical personnel to administer injections, losses during transportation, and the need for larger volumes of vaccine and a huge markup. Taking all these costs into account, VacPack costs customers almost 9 times less than traditional vaccination. This business idea came about thanks to the blue ocean strategy. We took the analysis of the medical market, especially vaccination methods, very seriously.
All of us know that the traditional vaccine delivery method is the syringes, which are the red ocean, filled with a bloody competition over safety needles and cold storage spit. And our new product, VacPack, is our blue ocean move, making the competition irrelevant by changing the rules of the game. So here you can see a 3-tier of non-consumers. First ones are competitor loyalists, second one are refusing ones due to scares of the vaccination, and third one, the people who have no access to it. If we will look at the EFSC grid, we can see that we eliminated sharps waste and needle phobia, we reduced dose volume and logistic cost, we raised patient comfort and thermostability, and most importantly, we created the first ever vaccination method that can be used at home.
Let's consider the situation in the current global market for vaccination methods. The red line shows the classic method of vaccination injection. Despite the fact that production costs are low due to consumables, the prices for buyers is insignificant but high. Pharmacoeconomics 2020 mentioned that delivery and consumables for the vaccine in 2018 cost about $1.87. This is all due to the enormous costs in slow logistics. For example, the thermal stability of the vaccine for the injection method is very unstable, and the syringes themselves take up more space, which also leads to increase in medical waste, packaging, plastic, etc. One important factor is the level of pain, which is also high and even panic-inducing for some. Immune efficiency is extremely slow, and most importantly, it's impossible to administer the injection yourself.
Now, let's look at the 2B curve. As we can see, it doesn't follow the competitor's rule. It breaks them down by showing high results in any factor. But moreover, it's creating its own factors that other types cannot achieve. For example, dermal cell activation and self-administration. Thus, our VacPack is a really unusual method of vaccination delivery, and no other competitor cannot repeat its methods and factors. This is what Blue Ocean is.
So, in this way, VacPack is creating the future. We're significantly reducing the cost of vaccination, enabling vaccines to be transported to low-income countries without the need of a cold chain, and offering the world a simpler, more environmentally friendly, more convenient and painless vaccination experience.